morning. Welcome to Country Needleworks Monday Marketplace. We have something kind of different for you today, and we're super excited about it. And before we start, I want to introduce our special guest. This is Sue. So you're funny. So Sue has been a social knitter here for years.
12 years.
And just recently started working at the store. So we're super excited to have her. She is a prolific knitter, knits lots of sweaters. And the reason we asked her to join us today is because we are going to be introducing some knit-alongs that we have starting this fall. And Sue and I are going to be kind of running the knit-alongs. So we wanted you to be able to put a face to the name and have her say hi to everybody. So, two different knit-alongs, and we're going to start by talking about the hat knit-along that we have planned. We are going to be doing a different hat every month for 6 months from September through February. And our meetings are going to happen during social knitting time, so we'll do a Monday evening, 5 to 7, or whenever you can get here from work, and Friday mornings from 10 to noon-ish. Stay longer if you want. So that's going to be the times of the knit-alongs. Again, the hat's going to start early September, and we will be, the hat patterns we decided we're going to keep as a surprise until just before the beginning of the month. So our first hat will announce in a couple weeks. So you guys can start prepping for that. But we also have, as you might have been able to tell, a sweater knit-along starting. And we decided to offer you a variety of sweaters to pick from instead of just one. So hopefully there'll be something for everyone here. We have 4 different sweaters that we're going to be talking about today. And that's going to start like mid-September. Oh, that's what I didn't do, is look at the dates to know for sure. Mid-September. I'll put it in the post so everybody will know. Same meeting times, Monday nights, Friday mornings. So let's start by talking about what Pam is wearing.
It is a sweater that Kelly made, and so it is called the Theelton Sweater. It takes 2 skeins of yarn, the fingering weight. It is knit top down, a few short rows in the back, and then it gets you going. What we've done is just put a few combinations just to give you ideas. We're not listing prices or anything, but you can do really bright contrast stripes. You can do subtle stripes. Here's a mohair and a fingering, or even we looked at these as 2 options. You can either do these 2 together, you can do these 2 together, you can do those 2 together. So we just gave you some ideas and some options. Again, it's the Theelton Sweater. It's a cardigan, and the pattern sells for $7.
I think the only thing that is not just basic knitting is there are a few short rows for shaping up here, and this pattern calls for a tubular bind off.
That's right.
Which, if you're not familiar with, there's a couple setup rows, and then you separate the knit and purl stitches, and you actually graft the bind off together with a Kitchener stitch. But I love the edge it gives. I do it on almost everything now.
And that's why, if you're new to technique, you have a knit-along where Kelly and Sue can help you.
Yeah, so knit-alongs are not a class per se, but we are certainly here to offer help. And your fellow knitters would probably be able to offer help in a lot of cases too. Yeah, they're always very willing to do that. So just a couple of new techniques possibly, other than the basic knitting skills on that one. And we're going to talk about this one next. This is called the KALs tee, and this pattern actually just came out, so we do not have a model of it yet. It is a pattern that is done by Laura Dobratz. That's Emma's mom, for those of you who are fans of Emma's yarn as we are. It's a really cute striped short sleeve top, and it uses full skeins and then minis in the Emma's to make all these fun colored stripes. This one, I don't believe there's any short rows, but there is a little bit of color work. I think really simple color work. So yeah, I don't think a whole lot other than that, that's not just basic knitting. So again, like Pam said, great for branching out a little bit because it's color work, but it's not crazy color work. And this pattern is $7 also. So, but I'm going to start one of those soon.
And do we have very many of the smalls, Kelly? Tell us about the smalls walls over there.
We have every color of Emma's smalls.
So-
Every color.
So a lot to choose from. You could be creative and do whatever you want.
Yes.
That would be very fun.
So many options. And there's no limit to the number of colors you can use for that sweater. You could do it in 2 colors if you wanted. You could do it in 10 colors if you wanted. So I think that's really fun. I'm excited about that one. And so next we have this one I'm wearing. It is, so Sue and I have a major crush on this designer. Her name is Elsbeth Judith. This is at least the 3rd video we've done with a pattern of hers. And her names are always difficult to pronounce. We're going with Snorlige V. And I love that her patterns always have lots of options. So you can make this a V-neck or like a crew neck, long sleeve or short sleeve. And it is done with cotton and mohair held together, which is like a cloud. I just finished this last night, just like eking in under the wire.
And how long did it take you to make that,
Don't
Kelly?
even, I'm not even gonna tell you how long it took me to make it.
8 days.
No pressure,
I was
anybody.
knitting a lot extra just to try to get it done for this, but it's done on a 10 and a 10.5 needle.
It's amazing.
So it goes really fast. And it's lightweight, it's like a cloud.
It looks like a cloud.
I love it.
Beautiful.
So this pattern, obviously there's some lace work in it. It is both charted and written. There are some short rows in it, again, for the shaping up here, very much like Elton. And this one also calls for a tubular bind off, which I did on this one. But, you know, there's nothing to say. If you are totally against doing the Kitchener stitch, you could certainly do just a traditional bind off on this. I also think that this would be really cute done just out of a sport weight yarn if you don't want to do the mohair. In fact, you have yarn for
I have
that,
yarn
right?
for that, and it's, but then I want to make the mohair too because it's so fabulous.
It was a dream. I
Yeah.
love it so much. And so then we'll talk about what Sue is wearing.
Okay, and so the last sweater option that we have is the ranoculus, which has been around for 2-3 years. Wildly popular. I made this one probably 3 years ago. It's out of a fingering weight, and at that time they just had one size and they said fingering. Well, people went crazy. There's actually over 14,000 projects in Ravelry of the ranoculus, so people are liking it. It's a lot of fun. So we've got it, people are now making it from anything from lace up to worsted weight. I have got one that I'm going to be doing for the knit along that's in the Emma's DK, which I'm really excited about. So we've got that,
And what, you're using a pretty big needle for that, right?
I'm using a 7mm, which is a 10 3/4. 10.75 is what I needed for this one, but you'll have to see when you get gauge, and we will all get gauge when we do this. So we've got examples here that we've picked out all different yarn companies from the fingering weight up to this really beautiful worsted weight too. And it's just a really fun pattern. What I like about this pattern too is that it has, I think, 17 different videos linked to it. So every technique that you need, she's got a video linked to it.
And there are some short rows in that one also,
There's some
right?
short rows, tubular cast on. When I read the description, it said she wanted this to look like a necklace. So I think it's just a fun, big, comfy
And
sweater.
you-
Yeah, it's just fun.
Because I have yarn to make this too, so I bought the pattern and I've been
course we
looking
do.
at it. Yeah, you know, it's ridiculous.
It's
different
ranunculus.
It is. Redonkulous. There's different neckline options, right?
Oh, that's true too, yes. They have a wider neckline, or this is the
that
smaller
the
neckline.
narrower?
This
Okay.
is narrow. You can make it sleeveless, you can make it 3/4, you can make it full length, you
And
can
you
make it
can
of
adjust
anything.
the length.
Yes,
So
mine's
you-
a little crop because this is all the yarn I had, but you could make it a little bit longer too.
Right.
Yeah.
We are going to be starting, it's mid-September. I wished I had looked up the date to know for sure, but we'll add that. Again, Monday nights, Friday mornings. You can pick any of these sweaters. You could do the sweaters and the hats if you wanted.
Now what about, will we be doing any kind of prizes we think for this, Kelly?
We will be doing prizes. We're not going to tell you what yet. It's going to be a secret. But the more you come to our little knit-along meetings, the better chance you have to win. So every time you come, you're going to get to enter into the drawing. And you can come Monday nights, you can come Friday mornings, you either or both, whatever. Every week you can come 2 times and enter the drawing 2 times. There is going to be a sign-up so that we know how many people to expect. So sign up in store, or you can call and we'll sign you up. There's no fee to it. We just want to know how many people to plan for.
And we want you to be able to help you pick out your yarn here from Country Needleworks.
Right,
and
all,
needles and
all
everything.
all your yarn has to come from Country Needleworks for the knit along. And really,
where else would you want to get it? Yeah, this is the place.
And there's so much to pick from.
Yeah.
And so you can start selecting yarn now. Sue and I are more than happy to help. We'll be here most Monday nights and Friday mornings, even prior to the knit along starting, so we can help you, or really anyone on staff would be able to help you pick out your yarn and colors, figure out yardage and what you're going to need, and all your needles and all that jazz. So we are so excited.
It's going to be fun
about this. So we're going to have all this information on our website too. If you want to go look up anything, all the links to the patterns will be there, and all our dates, because I forgot them.
You know them. Yeah, we'll get them.
Yeah, so we'll put those all out for you. So anytime you want, you can go to the website and check out all the information on it. So thanks so much for joining us. We're super excited about our knit-alongs, and we'll see you next week with something new.